Good morning, Stampers. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And I'm here, thought I would jump on really quick this morning and share with you a cute little card. This originally was one that I was going to do classes to go for this month, but my new website is not completely done, so I don't have the e-commerce end of it done. So I'm going to go ahead and just shoot these out and do videos on them, and then they will have free PDFs. If you go to our website, which is stampsnstuff.org, you can print out the dimensions, all the scores, all the tutorial, the supply list, everything will print out on a PDF for you, and that's free. So the others that I have up and coming will be this one. So this is a very versatile set. This one has a window to it. This one would be really great for Valentine's Day. This one is awesome for Christmas. So, okay, I've got some housekeeping here. Our October host code is here. It is also on the website, and for every $50 order before tax and shipping, you get your choice of a free gift, which is either the best dressed little mini note cards, and let me move this so you can see it. They're a mini note card with envelopes, and I'll show you. I have some that are open. So there are 18 envelopes and base note cards, and you can stamp on them, and I'll show you. This is a little project that I did with this. This was from the Best Dress Suite dies, and so I took these little note cards and stamped on them, and so it's made as a gift. So it's really cute. So that is one of the gifts with a $50 order. The second one is these cute little library clips. Let me see here. They are just really cute to clip on a card or clip something on a card. It's just a really neat decorator item for the card. So what you need to do is you need to be sure you use this host code, and then you need to contact me and let me know that you used the host code, and let me know which one of these gifts that you would like me to send to you, and that way I have your address and everything. I'll see it come through on an order, but if you email me, that tells me which gift you want, and it's a double check to make sure that everybody is getting their little benefit. Okay, now getting to our project here at hand. Love, love, love this set. So this is the set, Arrange a Wreath, and you can see it has Valentine, Thanksgiving, Easter. Best wishes can be birthday, it can be achievement, it can be anything. Merry Christmas. There's little pears, there's Easter eggs, there's flowers, there's a partridge, little hearts. This looks like a little, can be a little, looks like a wood crate box, or it can be used as a plaque for a sentiment. There's leaves, just all kinds of stuff. So it's very, very versatile. And this is the die set that comes with it. So these are the dies that cut out all your items. This is the heart for this one. And so anyway, it's too much fun. I have just a tough time around here, you know. Then I also use the tin tile 3D die, and embossing folder. Love, love, love it. I used it also on the back of the envelope flap here. Let me see if you can see that. See how that is? Isn't that beautiful? So we have no naked envelopes, no naked insides. You want to make sure all your cards, your theme carries through from the front to the inside and to the envelope. So that way it looks like a completed project, and it's just the better way to go. Okay, let's get started here. Get all my little parts and pieces out here. Now all the measurements and everything for this project are on the website. There'll be a link with this post on Facebook, and you can go over there and it'll have a full post, and you can print out a PDF tutorial and supply list that has all the supplies and everything that we used. Okay. Oh, forgot to mention with the host code, if your order is over $150, do not use the host code, because you'll want to put that order in separate, because $150 order will qualify for special benefits from Stampin' Up, and so I want you to make sure that you get those benefits. So if your order is over $150, go ahead and put it in, but don't use the host code. That way the benefits all go to you. So, okay. Now, what I have here is I have a little die cut. This is what I call in the tutorial. Let me put this down here. My head is in the way. I wonder if I can move this over here. Can I move it? I'm not good enough with this program yet to move it. So next time I will put myself over on the other side. Okay, so these are the twig or the foliage dies, and you'll want one in soft suede, you'll want one in garden green, one in so saffron, and then this is the leaf one, and you'll want one of those in blackberry bliss. You'll want two little pairs, one in so saffron and garden green. You'll want a partridge stamped and die cut. And then also the panel here for the front focal point is also run through the embossing folder. See right here, you can see it just, the camera does not do it justice, but in real life it is very pretty because it is very 3D. Okay, let's get going. First of all, I want to make the wreath. Now, what we're going to do here on the bottom, and I'm going to take my silicone mat here because I'll be working with glue, and this keeps the glue from getting on my surface and having to pick it off, because the glue you can put on here, it'll dry on there, and then you just push it and it rolls up in a ball and it will not stay on there, so it's really good. What we're going to do with this is we're going to clip this in half, each one of them. Because with this here, see how this is how it is in its natural form, but see how much bigger, this is more of an oval. In other words, what I did is I split it and mounted it in two pieces and then put this panel across so that it has the oval shape versus the round shape. So we're going to cut these in half. This one, I don't have to cut in half. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in little sprigs so that when I go to mount them, I can put them in See, this So Saffron one is not a complete wreath. It is just pieced in here just to give it a little bit of a pop of color. So, but the others you're going to cut them in half. Okay. Now then, what I'm going to do is my soft suede is on the bottom, so I'm going to start building the wreaths. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is there is a little edging right through the center. Well, it's not an edging, but it's a centerpiece that it has it all connected. I'm going to go just ever so lightly. Well, I left my glue open and I got a little goober in there. So no goober. So what I'm going to do is go right along that line with just tiny, tiny, tiny dots. What we don't want to do is we don't want to get a whole lot of glue in there, because then these will glue flat to the other pieces, and what I want to do is to be able to fluff it when I get it done. In other words, it's going to be fairly flat until I'm done. So I've offset this. In other words, I'm not putting it directly. Can you see me here? I have a tendency to get down here too far. Okay, you don't want to put it right on top. What you want to do is you want to stagger it just a bit. So this one here, we're going to do the same thing. I don't want just little bits of glue right along that center line, and you'll see the line. I know it's hard in the video to see it. Okay, now I'm going to put this right over here. Now then, I'm going to take on this side, because I want to catch these base leaves right along that center piece. I don't want to get away from the camera. I'm trying to break myself of that habit. But there's a couple of them that I put the glue right on the leaf. And then this is going to go right over the top. Now that's going to look like a mess, but hang in there with me. It will come together. I promise you. Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside and let it kind of dry just a little bit. I'm going to take, where's my little soft suede, and I'm going to put it right just on the edge here. Put a little shadowing in on the pear. These little daubers are really cool for doing this. Okay, so all that does is it just adds all those little details, and with a project, it is attention to details that makes it work. Okay, now then, we're going to start with our card base here, and we're going to mount the largest frame. Whoop. And I just love the mono adhesive glue, because if I get something on that's not totally straight, you have that few extra seconds while it's holding, but it has not gone permanent yet. Okay, and then we're going to take, it's kind of hard because I can't get right, I don't want to get under the camera there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is this piece will be for the inside. No naked insides and no naked envelopes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my soft suede and I'm going to stamp my partridge in the center, not in the center, down in the corner. I really usually with photopolymer you have a foam mat that you put under it, but these seem to work okay on this surface. And then I'll show you, okay, if I can get it out here between everything, this and it just gives that photopolymer a little more cushion. Whoop. New pad, it's kind of sticks. Okay, we're going to stamp give thanks in the center, and you want to go straight down, kind of count 1, 2, 3, straight up. If you don't give the ink enough time to transfer, you usually don't get a good image. Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the strip so we've got this framed in. Okay. And I'm going to put this on the inside. Okay. Now then, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these dark ones. These are our tiny little dimensionals, and they're tiny, but I'm going to put them along the back side so that I can bring this up just a wee bit. So I'm going to put them so they won't show from the front, but I want to get as much dimension as I can get. So what I'm going to do is, after I get it mounted, then we're going to kind of push those leaves up and get them to where we've got some dimension. Okay, now it's not going to look the same as this yet because we don't have that yellow. See the difference that putting that little pop of color does for it? Whoop. Okay. These little dimensionals are tiny, and these are black, so if you've got something darker, they're not, in other words, the white is not going to show up underneath. And this is my take your pick tool, and I use it to corral those little dimensional covers, so I can get them in the trash rather than through the house. Okay, so then that's going to go there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of pushing these leaves up a little bit. And now you can see why you want to be careful with the glue, because you want these petals to be able to stand up a little bit. Okay. Now it won't matter what's under this. Because it's not going to show. Put our sentiment panel across. And we'll go from this side. We'll clip off our extra from the back. Now our little partridge is going to get a little dimensional on the back. Like this. And I will get my little handy dandy bow jig that my hubby made for me. Make the bows. This is just a little bit of linen thread. Okay, now this bow jig is really neat. Now I'm making a larger bow. But do you see on these shoes how tiny those bows are? It's when I put the peg in here and here. Is that not cool? I said, you know, when I stamped those shoes, I said they gotta have a bow on them. And so I enlisted my hubby to make me a jig that would accommodate that. So now I want to mush up the bow a little bit. And I want to put it on my mini glue dot. or what I call our snot dots, because that's kind of what they look like. Okay. All right, now what we will be doing is we will be taking these and mounting them, and then our yellow pieces. So what I want to do is I want to get, let me find the little, like some more little dimensionals. Okay, now then, I'm going to stick this one kind of in. I want to get that down farther. And this one, kind of right in there. You just keep mushing that. Okay, now I want to take my little pieces and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue here, and then put these up a little bit. And you just kind of stick them in different places. Whoop. They're jumping. They're jumping. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this right in under here. And I'm going to go in about yay. Okay, now I want one of these little kind of V pieces here. Like this one here. Okay, it's just a matter of putting them wherever you think something ought to go, just to give it that little pop of color. And you just stick them kind of in between the pieces. Some of them poking out a little farther than others, but just, whoop, that's too close to the other. I think we've just about got it here. Okay. Alrighty. So that's about it. And what I did, I have some very vanilla envelopes. This is a white envelope. See, it doesn't quite go with it. So I'm out of them. But then you want to stamp your envelope. I've got the very vanilla coming in. You want to stamp it on the outside of the envelope and then go ahead and see how the envelope flap looks. It really makes it look cool. So that's about all there is to it. And head over to the website. I will, as soon as I stop this video, I will upload it and upload it over on the website also and get the PDF and everything all ready. So give me some time, but this afternoon it will be there. And if you'd like to do this, the information's all there for you. Just print off the tutorial. So anyway, I think that's about all I've got. Don't forget our host code and the free gift that we have for the orders. Your choice of the two. Make sure that you send an email off the website which you would like, whether it be the little clips or the little note card set. So anyway, have a great afternoon and we'll see you again. Bye.